All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to tackle a big one, creating a Class 12 study timetable that actually works. One that gets you the results you want without completely burning you out.
I'm sure you've seen it all over the internet, right? These crazy, super intense schedules. Wake up at 5 a.m., study 10 hours a day. They promise you'll be the topper in your final year.
But let's just be honest with ourselves for a second. For most of us, a plan like that, it's not just hard, it's pretty much impossible to stick to. It's a recipe for burnout, not for success.
Okay, so let's get into it. We're going to start by breaking down the biggest myths and pressures that lead to this whole timetable trap in the first place. Class 12 isn't like anything you've done before. It's a whole different ballgame. You're juggling board exams, competitive entrance exams like JEE or NEET, college admissions, and on top of all that, there's this massive pressure to be the best. It's a lot.
And when you're under that much pressure, what's the first thing everyone thinks? I just need to study more hours. But honestly, that's just a fast track to burning out way before you even get to the important exams.
See, the real key here isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. And believe it or not, the entire secret to doing that revolves around one single, simple number.
And no, that magic number is not 10. It's not 8 or even 5. It's 3. Yep, just 3. 3 focused, dedicated hours of self-study each day. That's it. And this is where the real magic happens. It's all about consistency over intensity. Think about it. A 3-hour block is actually manageable. It means you can still have your school life, your coaching, and even a personal life. You can actually stick to this for the whole year. And that long-term consistency, it's way more powerful than just cramming like crazy for a few weeks.
Okay, so the big question is, how do you actually fit all of this into one day? School, coaching, self-study, and, super important, rest. Well, let's break it down into a really simple 3-block system.
So here's what a balanced day looks like. It's not just about hitting the books. You've got clear, dedicated times for everything. School, of course, then some really crucial rest time when you get home. Then your coaching or online classes, and then you see those dedicated blocks for self-study right before you have some free time and dinner to wind down. Now, let's zoom in on that self-study time. Your 3 hours are split into 2 90-minute sessions. And listen, this time is sacred. You have to find a distraction-free zone, and that means, and this is rule number 1, your phone needs to be in a completely different room. Not on silent, not flipped over, in another room. The goal here is deep, focused, uninterrupted work. And each of these 90-minute blocks follows a really simple but super effective formula. First, you spend just 10 minutes quickly revising the notes from what you learned in class that day. Just a quick refresh. Then, you spend 40 minutes diving deep into a new topic from that chapter. And for the final 40 minutes, you're not just reading, you're doing. You're practicing questions related to that exact topic. So it's this perfect cycle. Review, learn, and apply. All right, so that's the daily plan. Now let's zoom out and look at the whole week. Because, let's be honest, you are not going to study all 5 of your subjects every single day. That's just a recipe for disaster.
The secret here is to keep it simple. You only need to tackle 2 subjects per day during your self-study time. That's it. This keeps you from feeling overwhelmed and actually lets you go deep on those topics instead of just scratching the surface.
So here's a sample weekly schedule. You can see how it works, right? Your major subjects get covered twice a week. English and your other language get their own slots. And then look at the weekend. Saturday is all about putting your knowledge to the test. Mock tests, previous year questions, that sort of thing. And Sunday? Sunday is your rest day. It's for recharging, and that part is totally non-negotiable.
Okay, so to make this whole system actually stick for the entire year, there are 3 final, absolutely non-negotiable rules you gotta live by. Rule number 1, sleep. You need at least 7 hours of sleep every single night. I know it's tempting to pull all-nighters, but sacrificing sleep is literally the worst trade-off you can make. See, when you're sleeping, your brain is hard at work consolidating memories. It's basically saving everything you learned that day. If you don't sleep, a lot of that hard work you put in just vanishes.
Rule number 2, focus on your board exams first. I get it. The competitive exams feel like the bigger deal, but your boards are what build your foundation. The core concepts you master for your boards are the bedrock for everything else. If you have a super strong foundation, tackling the advanced stuff for competitive exams becomes so much easier. And the final rule. This one might be the most important. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Seriously,
Stop comparing your Chapter 1 to someone else's Chapter 20. You see someone online claiming they study for 8 hours a day, and you start to panic. Don't fall into that trap.
Because at the end of the day, what really matters is what you can do consistently. Your steady, focused 3 hours, day in and day out, are worth so much more than someone else's inconsistent 8 hours. This plan isn't their plan, it's your personal path to success.
So there you have it. That's the blueprint for a balanced, effective, and actually sustainable Class 12 year. The goal isn't to burn yourself out by studying harder. It's to get better results by studying smarter. The only real question left is, are you ready to give it a try?